And greetings, and welcome to another episode of Soul Citizen. This is episode 99. I'm joined with my co-host, Dark Knight and Jade. How are you two doing?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah. Glad to be here.
And today we're talking about just about the Banu Merchantman. Just the Banu Merchantman. Wait, I'm getting a message. Wait.
Because it's alien, it's our alien show, people. We know what we're on.
Do I have to? Fine. We're talking about Argo, Aopoa, and Banu. How about that? Right. Okay. So before we kick off, let's get a feel for how many alien ships we have. I have the Defender and the Merchantman. I had the Nox, but I melted that. How about you, Jade?
I have a Merchantman. I have the Loner Defender, which I'm going to probably actually buy because I have one on buyback, and Nox. Oh, well, that's it for now because the other things on buyback. I don't count it.
Okay. How about you, DK?
No, actually, I don't have any of the ships on here. The only alien ship I have is this. What is the Scythe? The Vandal Scythe. For some reason, it's in my inventory. I don't know if anybody else has got one of those.
You get that from something special, but I think it's one of the loners. Check the loner matrix after the show. It's probably on there.
I made a mistake. I won an alien ship on this show before I was a part of the crew. I won a Talon.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
And we also talk about Argo. Argo is not alien, but it starts with an A, and so it's one of the in alphabetical order, one of the manufacturer. But Jade, I know you have the Best in Show ship.
Oh yeah. In fact, I picked up another one right before it won because I knew it was going to win. So I picked up the passenger version too. They had the cargo one as part of having a javelin.
Yeah, I don't have any of the Argo ships. How about you, DK?
No, I sure don't. I do not.
No. All right. Well, that's good for the introduction. Let's drop into the show. So, talk about the first up. We're going to have the Aopoa. So, Jade, you want to read about that, please?
Sure. Aopoa, or in Xi'an Apollo, literally the corporation of the House of Poa. It's the Xi'an Intersystem Aerospace Conglomerate that produces Xi'an light craft from both Xi'an and humans. They are the only manufacturer of light craft legally allowed in the Xi'an Empire. Currently, Aopoa and Musashi Industrial and Spaceflight Concern, also known as MISC, are the only ship manufacturers that produce ships with Xi'an technology. Except that's not quite correct because the Nomad has Xi'an technology as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's real new though. So yeah.
Super new. But up until the Nomad, they were the only. Those are the only two.
And MT Stunner, thank you for the 300 bits. And the Virtual Live, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome to our show. So yeah, the Aopoa. I think I had like Aopoa ship a while ago, but I think, like I said, I think I melted it. Yeah, it wasn't much for me. But does anyone? I do like the name of it. The Aopoa. It's the same thing forward and backward. I don't know if people noticed that. I forgot what that called grammatically.
Yeah, I can't remember. Not off the top of my head.
Jade, you're the smart one. You
I knew it until you put me on the spot, and I forgot it. Like I literally was about to say what it was called, and I forgot it.
Feel free to interrupt me when you come back. But yeah, it's that so like they do operate with the legally crafted with the Xi'an and Musashi Starflight concern, not faceplate, but Starflight. Yeah, so I don't have much to say about the Aopoa. Does anyone like them? Or
It's
Jade or Dark Knight?
Palindrome is what that means when it's backwards and forwards. Yeah. I do like the Khartu-al. I don't own one, but I like the lore of it and I like the look of it. And it's at some point I may actually buy one, but in lore, it was like this fearsome fighter that like humans were afraid of because it was so agile. And if it was as agile as that in the game, I would probably pick one up.
So yeah,
I
so the first
do like
weapon,
the lore.
the first one up in the ship is called the Nox or the Nox-yāi. I had, like I said, I had the Nox-yāi because I love the colors, and it's really nimble and it looks really cool. There was a video of it. I'm not sure if there it is right there. It's playing right now, and it's really cool. It looks really slick. I love the ship, but it was just that for $40 or $45, I decided to just melt it and get it in game because it's really cheap in the universe. How about you two, DK?
I am planning to buy one in the game, and like I've already started saving up for it, just because that's the only other kind of ship that I want to buy right now. I like playing around with that thing. It's fun. It's fast. Fits on my 400i just wonderfully. And it's a great fun thing to ride around on. I love it. I really do. I like it better than a Dragonfly. And now after the rework for the hover technology, it's wonderful. It really is.
Yeah, they definitely gave it a boost in durability when they did the Gravlev rework, because that used to be a death trap. I mean, I don't remember anybody hardly using it for like the Daymar Rally because, it's an endurance race and it just couldn't endure. And I do remember, I'm trying to remember the name of the developer that left CIG, but he described it as a street bike versus the Dragonfly being like a dirt bike. Now it's, they're way more comparable because it's got that kind of durability. And I'm with DK. I prefer it over the Dragonfly, but of course I'm waiting for the X one. So
yeah,
that's what's got my Gravlev love.
Something I found out that was pretty cool about it is that that they only sell it at Astro Armada because of the whole variant that they were going to make it from when they were building a human variant of the Nox, that they only sold it through Astro Armada, and that's the same way it is now, which is really cool.
That is really cool.
One thing I do like about this commercial is at the very end, it's really showing its speed, and it's really slick, and it kind of reminds me of the cross between Knight Rider and Street Hawk. I don't know if I'm showing my age here, but they're both 80s show, but Street Hawk with the Knight Rider equivalent, except it was a motorcycle, so it has that feel. So
and you had Airwolf, which was the helicopter.
Airwolf and Blue Thunder. But I think whoever did this commercial probably had those shows in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have, let me read. So, I forgot to read. So, hit the skids in 2947 Nox. The speedy and maneuverable open canopy racer from Aopoa is capable of zipping along planet surfaces in deep space, available for the first time in the human race. In human space. The Nox is specifically redesigned for human pilots to grab your ship and head to the racetrack today. So, that's it for the Nox. Khartu-al, DK, you want to read the blurb for Khartu-al, please?
Alrighty. The Xi'an Apollo Corporation manufactures an export model of the Khartu-al for sale to human civilians. The export model features the same Xi'an maneuvering rig, but control surfaces modified for human use and a more limited armament.
Okay. So what you see on the screen is the Khartu-al. It's really slick, but once you shoot off one of those wings, man, it's really maneuverable, really fast, really agile. But once you shoot off one of those wings, it's like it's not. It's really hard to maneuver and fly. Does anyone have one of those?
It's a fierce looking ship. I haven't flown one at all yet. And I'm surprised I haven't, given all of the IAE and free flies and everything else, but I still need to get that thing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. It really looks alien, and like that's one of my big things is that I want alien ships to look like nothing we would design, right? And it looks amazing.
And as far as I know, the Khartu-al is the only ship in the verse so far that has the control scheme that it has with those balls that used to fly the ship. Or the other ships that have that.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's another ship that has what would you call that? Like a trackball or something like that?
Yeah, maybe like
something like that. Yeah.
So I have a question.
so
How big? How I'm looking, trying to find out how what's the size of the Xi'an themselves that they had to do, and what kind of modifications they had to do to get the ship to be able to be flown by humans.
I think the Xi'an. No, I'm thinking about the Banu. I think the Banu are taller. I don't know about the Xi'an.
Yeah, the Banu are taller. I think the Xi'an are about our size.
Okay.
But because they're like a, species that evolved from something that was like turtle-like, I think they can take higher Gs, which is why they had to modify the control surfaces or something. Okay. But I could be wrong. I'm not the astro puppet.
No, that sounds about right. Yeah, I believe you.
I thought I found it somewhere, but I guess not. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks really slick. I might get one in the PT or PU. I'm sorry, when the game is out. But as far as paying for one, I'll wait. And like I said, it looks nice, and it has my favorite color. It's red. But yeah, it's really unique in the verse, like the control schemes and the design. I'm looking forward to other AOPOA ships. Hopefully they'll be more like this. So.
It says that it was a explorer, so is it really more dedicated type of?
Yeah, scout explorer. Yeah.
Yeah, they said it's a scout, but when we encountered them the first time as humanity, they were scary because they could put up a fight. So even though it's called the scout, it's it's a fighter as well.
So
and Op Chief, thank you for the 21-month subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think CIG had dropped the scout name after a couple of years. I don't know why, but it was called the scout. But they dropped it for.
Yeah, just for its Xi'an name, the Khartu-al. Which I don't speak Xi'an, so I don't know exactly what Khartu-al means scout. I don't know, but if anybody out there,
I don't think so.
Anybody speaks Xi'an?
Let us know.
It's only 2 million in game. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
for that kind of a ship. Wow.
All right. So up next we have Jade. You take this one. I'm not gonna butcher the name, so you go ahead.
Okay, so. One moment, please. So the next one is one of my favorite ships. It's the San'tok.yāi. Yeah, you got to say it just like that. Harnessing the power of next-gen Xi'an flight systems, upgraded dual vector thrusters, and a daunting weapons package, Aopoa has crafted a fighter that retains the nimble dexterity and tight handling the brand is known for, all with the added ability to pack a serious wallop when the situation calls for it. Welcome to the future of spaceflight, courtesy of the Xi'an Empire and Aopoa. And I like this ship. I don't own one. I didn't get it on the concept. Nope, I don't, because I like to save certain things that I want to earn in game. And so this will be something that I work towards getting. But when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. I want to buy it, and I'm like, no, I'm going to earn it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a few ships like that, but nothing I really want, or everything I really want, I probably already own. How about you, DK?
Well, as far as everything I wanted, I already own, besides the Starliner. But this is really cool. I never really took a look at this, of this one very closely, but I'm just kind of reading up on it a little bit, because I keep all of my notes in front of me, and it's just a really cool little thing. I haven't flown it again. Is it in game?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, that's what I thought, because it's not available to even pick up in game. I will pick one of these up in game and try it out, because this looks pretty dope.
Oh, you could just rent it. It takes a while for you.
Yeah, it takes a while for that. But awesome.
And how do you pronounce it again, Jade?
Yeah, San'tok.yāi.
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 Yes.
Okay.
And it's it's going to hopefully be a pretty formidable fighter. I mean, from what I looked at when they had the concept cell. Now things obviously can change because it's a game in development, but I look forward to this ship the way a lot of people look forward to the Scorpius. Yeah.
Kind of got that little bit of a look to it, similar to in a way you can see the Khartu-al similarities with the wings and everything. So it's kind of got this design language going on. Yeah.
I mean, this came out before the Scorpion, so why isn't this the X-Wing? Or why isn't the Khartu-al the X-Wing, but the Scorpion is the X-Wing?
Because it's alien, right? and actually, I'm glad they did that, because if they were going to make it a true X-Wing, those would have to been like angled out more. And it would have kind of departed from the design language that was established with the Khartu-al. So I'm glad they stuck with that and resisted the urge.
Yeah.
And Butcher Live, thank you for the 25 bits. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So up next we have the manufacturing team for 2021-2022 until the next ship showdown comes out. But we have the Argo Astronautics. Argo Astronautics is an industrial manufacturing company that focuses on industrial equipment and small utility vehicles. They are partnered with the UE Navy and Schubert Interstellar. Before changing their name, the company was named as Argo Technologies, with the AR referencing the founder, Alana Redmond. And that's from the Star Citizen Wiki. So thank you for that from people who put that together. But the first ship is the first ship is the MPUV-C. That's the cargo variant. So, DK, you want to take that for me?
Sure. The Argo Astronautics MPUV-1C, commonly Argo Cargo, is a dedicated merchant transfer ship, ubiquitous intergalactic stevedore. Vast numbers of Argo cargoes are responsible for loading and unloading goods onto massive long-haul transports and miners that cannot otherwise land on planets or dry docks, such as the Hull D and the Orion. Some captains choose to own and operate their own Argo, while others pay privately owned ship operating as port services a rental fee for performing the unloading process. Bodie McFace.
Bodie McFace. That was it. I forget what that means. I mean, I know it's from Bodie McFace. There's something in Europe that had a name
so in the
for
UK, they had a ship. I think it was a research vessel.
Face?
Yeah, and they put it to a vote for the name of it, and of course people wanting to meme it, they picked Bodie McBoatface. That's how I understand it.
And I think that caught on in the Star Citizen community too, and that applied to their ship. So
yeah. Any naming thing anywhere gets referenced, like in any game. Yeah.
So Jade, I know you had, like you said, you have a few of these ships. What do you like about it?
So I did vote for the champion, the Argo cargo for the contest last year. Yeah, the ship showdown. What I like about it is mainly the lore behind it, because this is one of the most common ships that you'll see in the universe, according to Star Citizen lore, because it's constantly being used to take things and people up and down from the orbital space stations or big ships in orbit, right? And I will love a day where you see these is coming and going with NPCs, maybe some players. So I like the fact that it has one purpose, and that's just to take things up and down out of a gravity well. It feels to me like, that kind of makes sense with the Star Citizen universe, because you're not going to be taking a whole D or even a C down to, these big planets. So I like that. And as far as the whole Bodie McBoatface with it winning the ship showdown, there's a lot of people that brought into like the meme part of it, but I think a big part of that also was up until that, all the ships that would win were fairly pricey. But you can buy an Argo cargo or an Argo personnel in game fairly cheap, and for if you want spend real money on one, they're also fairly cheap. So I say power to the people. That's it.
Yeah, and the next ship showdown when there's going to be the battle trolley or just the trolley. Because
They better come out with that trolley.
Anvil Pisces. Anvil Pisces. I'm calling it.
Oh, good one.
Oh, okay. All right. That might be it. But I'm hoping for the battle trolley. So, the DK, did you get the? You don't have either of these ships, right?
No, I don't. But it's like Jade was saying, this ship is the most common ship that you're going to find in the verse. So, and it almost needs no lore at all because it's just utility, pure utility. Pick up stuff, drop it off, pull ship out of gravity well, do whatever it needs to do. It is a purpose-built, Ford truck or something like that. I know a lot of people say the Nomad's like a Ford truck. I would say that this is probably closer to that just because it's a single person, doesn't need to go anywhere, all it needs to do is do its job. You see it at every construction site. And it's got some really cool things that it could do with it. I'm sure that cargo pod detaches. You could pick up one of those cargo containers off of a hull, and drag it over to the station. It's a cool utility ship. It really is. And yes,
and Big Black Thingaming, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you thank you has been supporting us tonight. Appreciate it.
Thali Crow, 224 grand in the game if you just want to grab one. It's cheaper than getting a Nox. There you go.
That's just 10 boxes from Jumptown.
There you go.
And one of the great things about this ship, and I do have some experience with it, well, not hands-on, but you can put this inside a M2 or C2 and use it for cargoing those boxes that are volatile and threat.
You know what? I tried to move some, do one of those box missions with the quantum sensitive, and I used this, and it was, I don't know about anybody else, but it felt very difficult to slow down when I needed to.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an experience from everybody, but that's my experience. And so it was, and it's very slow.
It flies like a tugboat. Like it is for something that size. It seems to me like it should be a little bit more agile. Yeah.
And Kusanagi, I think it is that the cargo pods are standard sized on some of the hulls. Like I think that they are standardized, like they are, because the Argo Raft, which we'll get to, can also hold those same kind of containers that the whole CM circuit.
And if you look at the 890 Jumps escape pod, just saying, not trying to drop in a Origin.
There you go. Nope, there you go. And so many. I could see that Argo being used for so many things. Yeah.
Well, one thing I did learn for researching this show is they're talking about the founder, Alana Redmond. That was in the 22nd century, I believe, but she has a cool backstory. So if you want to check that out, I recommend it. Hopefully, Kusanagi, I think you already put the link in there, but check out the backstory for how Argo came into being. Up next, we have the MPUV. Jay, do you want to read that one for me, please?
Yeah,
the P1.
Sure. Yeah, the MPUV personnel. Argo Astronautics MPUV 1P, commonly known as Argo personnel, is geared towards a simple but incredibly important responsibility: moving groups of people from place to place. The UE Navy uses MPUV 1Ps extensively, and any new recruit can likely recall those terrifying moments in which such a ship carried them to their first phase assignment. In civilian hands, Argo personnel ships are adapted for everything from standard taxi services to use as makeshift combat dropships. the Argo is capable of carrying up to 8 humans and their equipment. And I'm just going to add to that, very tightly like sardines. That's all.
Yeah, especially if you wear armor, right? Or even worse if you wear armor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when people say, well, the 890 doesn't need a shuttle, there's the Argo MPUV. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think anybody that's getting on that is wanting to get crammed in there. But yeah,
get your dress all wrinkled or your tux.
Right. That's what you take to work to a construction site. Yeah.
Here we go. Who stepped on my shoe? Yeah, that'll cause a fight. But this is the ship that the MPV was the ship that we saw in the CitizenCon demo. It was called Slice, a vertical slice. I want to say that was 2015. It wasn't 2016.
It was 20. I think that was that 2017. It was definitely after 2016. So it was, I think it was 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, that one, I definitely not 2016 because I was the year of the LA, so I would remember that. So 2017, that's probably about right. But yeah, so we actually got a up close and personal view that were transporting prisoners from one ship to the other. So yeah, that was one of our first looks at it.
Yeah, but, that guy that got out, it didn't look like he could even fit in it when he got out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like some transforming magic, and he I think part of him went into no space or something like that when he got in. But yeah, so this is definitely the clown car variant, put it that way.
That's a cool little thing. I'm trying to, relate it as the, little shuttlecraft that I was thinking of from Star Trek. Not like the Pisces version, because this one doesn't have a QT or a quantum drive. And actually, it was a Daily Crow. You had said it needs a short range planet to orbital quantum drive. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Or speed it up. Something,
just give us some nitro.
Nitrous?
Button that you can push.
NOS? Yeah, that would be great in the turbocharger or a supercharger. Heck yeah,
just like to add if they don't add a small quantum drive like that, what they should do is extremely reduce the signature of it to give it utility as like a stealth dropship. Lean into that a little bit and say, yeah, well, it may not have a quantum drive, but you can use it as a very stealth dropship.
That would be pretty cool, actually, because I don't think there's anything like that. You couldn't do that with a Pisces, and does that have 2 extra seats in the back?
Yeah, it does.
Jump seats?
Yes, there's 2 seats, but it's got a decent signature.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool. Stealth out. That's what we need at CIG.
Yeah, one or the other. Full quantum drive or full on stealth.
All right. So I'm going to take the SRV. When it comes to getting the job done, Argo doesn't mess around. From a simple freight and cargo towing to harrowing search and rescue operations, the SRV handles whatever you can throw at it. The bespoke tractor system utilizes an innovative plate and arm combination, allowing for effortless solo use as well as precision team towing for bigger jobs. Your crew and passengers stay safe too, thanks to the durable shield and heavy-duty armor that keep the cockpit and components secure when the situation get hairy. And thank you for the follow. So yeah, the SRV, that's the one that's gonna tow the reclaimer out of OSN when someone decides to try to take it down to the planet and can't get out.
Oh, once this comes into game, they're gonna make so much money pulling ships. All of these crazy people landing on these high G planets and they can't leave. No, sorry.
I kind of want to have this, when it comes in. I hope we'll have some other. So apologize if you can hear a siren in the background. I moved to a new place. It's a little bit more active. But yeah, when this comes in, I hope that we get some higher than 1G planets in the game so that, people will actually have to say, oh, wait, I can take this to Microtech, but I can't take it to whatever that other planet is, higher gravity, or I'm going to need to hire somebody who's got a SRV.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. This is
whatever you do, do not make a heavy planet your base system, your base planet where you respawn, because you may not be able to get back out when you come back. So yeah, what were you going to say, DK?
Talk about crawling AAA. This is your AAA person that's going to respond in space. Somebody using an SRV, they're going to come and tow your butt out. Get yourself stuck inside one of the caves in a cuddy.
So DK, you're heavily involved in Elite Dangerous community, or do you think the fuel rats or something like that could spring up around a vehicle like this, just like towing, people that get stranded on planets?
I think there's an open place for that. I think some people will find that in, say, industrial orgs that are specialized in search and rescue, or not rescue, but search and rescue, but recovery. And you've got a fleet of these. You've got some. I'm trying to think of the other ships out there. The Starfarers and whatnot. They're basically running your AAA. You need some fuel or you need a tow. And I could see an org out there doing something like that, or you need some repair. So these are those kind of specialized ships that have absolute use out there in the verse. So these are ones you're going to see all over the place. NPCs are going to be flying these everywhere. And they're going to be the ones to help you out. You're probably going to most likely get an NPC to do your fueling for the most part once this game goes really hardcore and 100 planet systems. These are going to be everywhere, and I love it. I think this is kind of cool. I want to play with one.
When you first announced the concept, there was some controversy surrounding it. People were wondering, how is a small ship like this supposed to tow a big ship like a reclaimer? And that was one of the Q&A answers. But I mean,
look at a tugboat.
They never seen a tugboat. That's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was the answer. You never seen a tugboat?
Two tugboats pull a massive container ship through a canal that's barely big enough to fit the container ship. Two little tugboats pulling this massive ship. It's amazing how powerful those things are.
Yeah, so that won't probably would not be an issue. It is a question of like how many would you need in order to tug something faster, or like if you have too many, does it have a declining rate? I forget what it's called. The word I'm looking for, but if you have like 5 versus 2, say it again.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the word. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I remember them saying, and I don't know if this is correct, but I remember somewhere I read that it would take like 2 to tow a javelin.
Okay.
That's a pretty big ship.
That's
so
big.
If that's the case, then it'll have some serious towing power.
Diminishing return. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Gin and tonic. Thank you for that. So yeah, this ship had no problem to towing. It's just a matter of like speed and diminishing returns on how many you want to use. So yeah.
So if you fly your reclaimer down to Orison, you now have a way to get out. Might cost you a little bit though.
Yeah. DK, you want to take the next one?
Sure. Raft.
All right.
As it does with all its industrial concerns, Argo takes cargo transport very seriously. On every scale, the Raft is no exception, able to carry 3 standardized 32 SCU cargo containers for a total hauling capacity of 96 SCU. Perfect for entry-level haulers and old pros alike, the Raft is an ideal solution for reliable local freight transport. Once again, Argo gets the job done.
So it's one of the newest ships from Argo, and it looks really slick. I like the color of it, and I like the way it looks. It's not for me because it's not my gameplay, but yeah, it's a really cool ship. What do you guys think?
Good. I actually bought one when it came out because I knew the cargo refactor was on the roadmap, and I thought this ship is built for that cargo refactor. I want to be able to play around with it. So I definitely own one of these.
This is your semi-truck. Takes stuff from point A to point B in a small area. So you might see these dotting around a star system. Just moving stuff left and right, because you're probably, most people or most cargo companies aren't going to use, say, a hull A or hull B. They might have a hull C, and that's not landing on planets. So these things will be picking up, I have a feeling, picking up those containers and hauling them all over the place throughout a star system and not have to jump very far. As far as, they're not probably going from star system to star system. They're probably only staying within a planetary area or the star system itself, just to move bits of freight around.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, like you said, down from orbit or maybe intra-system travel, but definitely not going through jump points or anything like that.
Exactly. And this could probably be one of those things where they'll be sitting lined up next to a hull C or D or E, ready to pick up. Because you can see that if you go to, say, a cargo docks now, where they'll have strings of trucks just ready to pick the cargo containers, and they just drop container after container onto a frame of a trailer and just haul it off. That's exactly what I think this is it.
Yeah, you brought up Orison. If you walk around, on some of those platforms that you can land on, you'll see those containers sitting there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So, Jade, you have one. Have you been inside since you got it?
Yeah, several times. I love the interior of it, and again, CIG just keeps getting better and better at designing ships. It's got high marks from like a lot of people that I've talked to that own it. So I think compared to the Mole's interior was good, but I think this is a step up. So
yeah, it is pretty cool.
I mean, the later the ship come out, the better it'll be. So yeah.
So they can hold off on the Starliner as long as they want.
Right? But it's coming. It's coming.
I'll keep my mouth shut because you know what I want to say. But yeah, so good luck on the Starliner though. I do hope it becomes what you want it to be. So it should be cool.
Yep, I hope so too.
Up next we have the Mole. Jay, you want to take that one?
Sure. So the Mole, Argo's pragmatic, no-nonsense approach to ship design is celebrated in the unmistakable silhouette of the Mole. Just one look at this machine and you know it means business. Tap into your full potential with the combined force of Argo's patented trilateral mining system. The Mole has a total of 24 mineral pods, each holding 12 SCU, standard cargo units. 8 pods are usable at one time when they're full. Either head home or jettison them for collection by another vessel and carry on mining. 3 independently controlled articulated extraction stations allow for maximum power and near limitless versatility. The Mole lives by the adage, many hands make for light work.
I am interested in mining, but I did not get the Mole. I had a prospector, but I melted up probably good that in game. But the Mole is a bit too much for me because I think it requires 3 people or 4 people.
It requires at least 2, but to be efficient, at least 4.
Yeah, and I mean there are people that solo them. That I think that's crazy, but they do.
Ridiculous. Just rent a prospector and go mine a little bit until you can buy one. It's only $2 million.
Well, I mean, the Mole has. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Mole has some refining capability, right? No.
I'm looking into it. I know that it has they say it's got a larger array of pods.
No refining.
So you can get a little bit more.
Go map said no refining. But I was wondering, so why would someone want to take a Mole over a prospector other than the cargo?
I think it's just capacity and team mining. Yeah. Because you can get
a solo person. A solo person.
A solo person wouldn't be out in the Mole by themselves. It would be ridiculous. If you're out mining and you are needing to protect yourself, you need to have a pilot in the seat at all times. Otherwise,
the map said it though. Like I said, capacity. Yeah. It can put a
bigger
lot
mining
more
heads
and bigger mining heads. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And if you're running with a mining crew, this is great to have on the ground and not bringing Orion down to the ground.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to do that. I mean, you think of a reclaimer, it's hard to get out of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Imagine an Orion. Oh, why would you want to bring an Orion down anyway? Unless it's full on cargo and you want to offload it. But even then, yeah.
So you have a fleet of, if you're a mining corporate or organization, you've probably got a fleet of, a couple Orions and a bunch of moles. And you could just team mine, and people could just go down and, you can clear a large field of rocks fairly quickly, faster than you could in a prospector. So even if you have 3 prospectors, that smaller mining head does make a difference. And the larger heads on this is definitely more efficient. So those mining corps, they're going to be using these a lot next to their Orions for sure.
Yeah, I have one as a learner for the Orion. They give you one as a learner. And I could definitely see, like Gobab was saying, it's got a utility even as a solo miner, because if you find, a bunch of rocks, a cluster, quantanium rocks in a prospector, you got to leave a lot of money behind. But with that, you don't. So that's one reason that people do use them for solo.
Yeah, Coffee Gaming said the mode has no refining, but has 3 times the cargo as the prospector. That's why he soloed it. He says he hot seat the
you
mode,
hot seat it. Yep, up and down the ladder.
So evidently it's possible and doable, but yeah,
I mean, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if people want to do it in the universe when the game actually launches, because someone may see a mole and say, "Oh, that's an easy target," because it's probably a solo player.
Hey, as I've heard before, you do you, boo.
What they need to do is make those lasers do some serious damage.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and then just let people go after those industrial mining ships and see what happens.
Yeah, you're right, Goldmouth. You'd be out in the halo, nobody's gonna find you out there anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Space is vast.
It's big.
All right, so up next we have just finished that one, so we're going to the Banu Sulu. So this is me. This happened to be me. So to talk about the Banu Sulu, the Banu do not necessarily have designs available to humans as of yet, but 2 ships have been modified for human use: the Merchantman and the Banu Defender. The Banu Defender is a simple fighter, but the Merchantman is the pride and joy of the Banu. Simply put, the Banu Merchantman is the most sought after trade ship in the universe. So first up, we have the Defender. So DK, you want to take the Defender real quick?
All right. Meet the Banu Defender, a multi-crew fighter whose patchwork design highlights technology from a variety of species, featuring modest accommodations for its crew and easy access to components. The Defender gets its name from the role it serves, the first line of defense against enemy attacks. That's why the Defender makes the ideal companion to the Merchantman. One to do the heavy hauling, and the other to perform the deadly dogfighting Merchantman.
And thank you, TV Liquid, for the raid of 82 people. Appreciate it. Welcome everyone to Soul Citizens. We're talking about the Aopoa, Argo, and Banu manufacturers today for the Shipyard series. So right now we're on the Defender. I currently have a Defender. I haven't really flown it much, but it had the great thing about the Defender is I believe the shield is one of the best shields you can get in the game currently. And it's great. It's great for the shield itself is great for dogfighting, especially you take it off the Defender, put it on a different ship. As far as the Defender itself, it's a medium fighter, I want to say. It's okay, but there are probably better fighters than the Defender you can probably get for a cheaper price. At least outside the game. In game, it may be comparable to other ships. So, what do people think about the Defender?
When it came out, this tachyon cannon. Oh, go ahead, DK.
No. I want to hear what you got to say.
I was going to say, when they came out, those tachyon cannons, they could have been the meta before, but they didn't get enough time because they nerfed them pretty quickly.
How OP were they?
They were good. I mean, it was the first ship in the game, and I think it's still the only ship in the game that it's supposed to have hit scan weapons, right? So, the fact that they were hit scan weapons and they were pretty OP as a lot of people complained, and it got nerfed pretty quick. But it's called a Defender, so you got a big flying shopping mall in the Merchantman. I'd expect the Defender to be able to effectively defend it. So I do like it. I love the fact that there's this synergy. The Banu they don't really have co-pilots in it. It's not like a pilot and a co-pilot. They're both working together, like in unison. And I love that whole idea. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. I like the fact too that it's got, it's kind of a mishmash of different things. So it's the Xi'an thrusters and the Tavaran shields, and it's just it's like they just kind of patchworked it together with whatever they could find. And here we go. Let's go out and make sure our merchantman is defended. I like the looks of this ship. So cool. I always call it a flying crab. Just because of the way it looks, but especially when it's got its folded back. And it's got the two little beady eyes. But it gets me excited about the Merchantman. I love it's just a really slick alien ship. It's like you said about the Khartu-al. It's just an alien looking ship, which I like. And I just the design on the inside is really cool too, with the little shutters for going into each of the cockpit pieces. The weird thing though is when you're in it, it's got that offset look, so it kind of throws me off a little bit. That you're kind of sitting to the side of the extended arms, but that's okay. It's really cool.
And thank you for the raid, appreciate it. There was Thrakazak, thank you for the subscription, appreciate it, to Black Sky Legion. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Citizen Bar had an interesting point about the Defender, or the Banu in general, is that the quantum travel effect is sweet. It had it's one of the you had the unique quantum travel effect. It's mostly green, and almost like an acid trip, but I've never done acid, so I wouldn't know. But it's really cool. And as far as what you're talking about, the collaboration between the Merchantman and the Defender, we'll get to it in a bit. But yeah, the Defender can fit inside the Merchantman when the Merchantman comes out. So yeah,
that means the Merchantman is going to be huge because the Defender is not a tiny ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if it's landed with those wings folded back, it's not very short either. It's pretty tall. So, wow. There you go.
I mean, part of my thinking is that one of the reasons why the Banu, the Merchantman got so big but not on there yet is because they had to fit the Defender. So they weren't really sure what the collaboration between the two ships were going to be. But once they decided to say, the Merchantman is too small. But
I'm 100% sure you're right.
Okay, let's go on to the Merchantman. Jade, every now I want this.
I know, I was going to say.
Come on.
I cede my time to Fast Card on this now.
Oh, thank you very much.
If you really want it, you can have it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The Merchantman. Banu traders are renowned for their merchant prowess, traveling to space lanes and trading with everyone from humans to the Vanduul. Their sturdy and dedicated trading ships are prized beyond all transport, sometimes passing from generation to generation of Banu. So yes, they're showing the most recent screen from CitizenCon 2021 last year, and it had a whole big presentation about the Banu Merchantman, and no one's gonna be surprised, but I was screaming throughout the whole presentation. You can just imagine.
You shut off your mic and everything. You're like,
I was just nobody. Yeah, I was like. No one mess up me, no one message me. I'm gonna be into the presentation. So yeah, but I came back and everyone was like, "Hey, I see you had fun."
That's all right. That was a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Banu Merchantman it's one of the big ships that I pledged for. I got it in 2015, even though it came out in 2013, 2014. For the concept. But I did get it for the great price of 250, below 250, because I used CCU chain, and right now it's like 500, and I can easily see it going up to 700, 800 when it becomes flight ready. But who else has the measurement? Because I can go on about it, but I won't. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I think I got mine back in, I did, back in 2017 at the price of $325. And I like the idea of having some place to sell things that you found, or that you you trade it with some other species or whatever. And so I thought, well, they're the trading species, right? So their ship is going to be well suited for that. And as I read more about it and saw all the different areas, like I'm like, okay, I have to have this. And I thought, how are they going to cram all this into the way they showed it before? It seemed kind of small. And sure enough, it's gotten bigger and bigger, and I have no complaints about that at all. I can't wait to see it fully realized based on what they showed us at CitizenCon and since then. So yeah.
How about you, DK?
I do not have the ship. I'm excited to go
No?
on your ship. I'm going on your
okay.
ship. I don't need my
Okay.
own. I'm going to be hanging around you. I'm going to have regular flights on my Starliner out to Fast Card Merchant Man. No, this is I like this idea of this ship. I mean, it's like Jade said, they are the traders, and they're nomadic. They get on the ship, they take everything they need with them, everything, and they try to sell everything they find. They're like the Jawas on the planet, except they're out in space, flying in between the different star systems, just picking up stuff and trying to sell it.
I totally, see, yeah, they totally are traders, but they're also, like they said in chat, they like to party.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the Alien 890 jump in a way, right?
Pretty much.
Thank you. I was going to say this is going to be my luxury set.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, these people are cool. You were going to hang out with anybody. You're going to go hang out with the Banu if they don't put you in slavery. But, you go hang out with the Banu, they don't remember anything or
no, they don't.
Less. So,
what happened yesterday?
What? What's yesterday?
It's not that they don't remember anything. They do like technology, so they keep track of technology. It's just the historical stuff that they tend to forget. But
Is it that they write things down so they don't have to remember it? Is that something? Jade, correct?
I don't think it's like they don't have like a concept of like long-term like record keeping type stuff like that. They they live for the moment. That's why they're such good partiers. They like to drink, they like loud music, and they like money. And I'm good with that.
And they like sporting events too.
Oh yeah, they like saddle ball. They love saddle ball.
Yeah.
Did they create? Is there a liquor that they created that we have in our ships that we can share with our guest on board our origin ships?
I don't.
Is there a Banu liquor? They need to make one because if they're partiers, they're gonna make it.
I don't know anything that we make is safe for consumption with them, or anything they make is safe for consumption with us. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, there is. It's called Trees Cordial.
Trees Cordial.
Trees Cordial is a herb liquor, 55% alcohol by volume, adapted from the Banu drink Otisal Falu for safe. Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting that on my ship. I'm gonna have a couple. Hey, look what I got.
You were drinking a 40, and it'll be covered in a brown paper bag, right?
Brown paper bag.
Yeah. Pour one out on the spaceport for your friend. Right. For me. Yeah.
But I mean, the number one thing that I'm looking forward to this ship is the bazaar, to be able to show stuff that on it. I mean, and there's a cutaway shot that has the updated cutaway shot that shows where different stuff is. So it'll be interesting. There's one of them right there.
That's what I really want to see is the marketplace. Yeah, because I was wondering that when I first saw the original concept drawings, and it didn't look like it fit inside of a ship because it literally looked like a mall. But I am really interested to see what this looks like. So Finish it so Fat's cart can get his ship so I can get inside.
No, finish it so all of us can get. I mean, I'm not. There is a yacht club. Yacht club for the 890. But I'm pretty sure there's a club for the Benny Mitchman too.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I think that more people probably own the Mitchman than own the 890. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it seems. So.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those fighting words. Go ahead.
You brought up the shops, but one of the things that intrigued me was that negotiation room, and I was just thinking, like, this is a species that they deal with. Well, they have slaves. So, what kind of aggressive negotiations could possibly take place in that room? Do they have like handcuffs? Like places, like it's fascinating to me.
It is. Yeah, I was actually looking at that negotiating room on there too. So they must be in their trade talks, doing a lot of that big time stuff in that room and then selling the smaller goods down in the marketplace or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just hardcore. They're like, we're going to put you in our negotiating room.
Dog, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. There is some controversy that has come up with the measurement, especially when it first came out. For the original concept in 2013, people couldn't tell which was the front, which was the back. I mean, they changed concept since then, but I mean, if you take a look at that very first concept ship, people couldn't tell. And even some of the developers were working for years. And some of the roles that the investment has had since then has gone to the wayside. Like, it's supposed to be a blockade runner, but it's not a blockade runner anymore. But it does have a big-ass gun. It's still on top still. But it's not a blockade runner. So.
I'd always wondered about that lip or that mouth at the bottom. I call it a mouth because that's what it looked like the first time I saw it. And how that was going to work and what it was. Was it a stairs? Was it a ramp? And then, once they came out with this new concept, it kind of clarified it. It had this kind of grand entrance kind of thing, which I'm looking forward to seeing that in person too. But now it kind of answered that question.
I'm surprised that it's not a ramp, that it's steps. Because I mean, I would assume people would have used that for loading and unloading, but now they're going to come from the top with that grappling hook now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have thought that'd have been the first ship to have an escalator.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Like if they
maybe it will.
Yeah, if you can get that in, CIG, if you hear this, make that an escalator. Cool. So it's super unique.
Well, the thing is, it have to go backwards and forth. It can't get to go one way.
It looks so big. You could have like one side go up, one side go down. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There's no ramp though, so it's really unsafe.
Yeah,
can you imagine someone getting caught in that and the lawsuits?
I don't have OSHA, so yeah.
What interests me too is obviously they're a really religious race, having a sanctuary on board the ship, which is very interesting. Because you don't normally see that on any ship, but it does kind of push to, there's lore written in the ship itself.
All right, so I could probably wrap this up. Otherwise, we'll spend the next 30 minutes talking about the measurement. Even though I want to, I'm gonna try to hold myself back. So next up, we have the. What is that? The Green-Eyed Gal, Gigi, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. How are you doing? Gigi. Welcome back.
Yay.
So next up we have the Q&A. People, if you want to ask questions, click on the token below on the solar clip and ask the questions. So the first question we have is 97.9. Can Soul add some Banu symbol emoji to Twitch? I would love that. I don't think that's going to be happening. What do you think, Soul? Can you add some Banu symbols to the Twitch? Oh, right there you go. There you go.
Awesome.
Maybe it's in the work. Yeah, so go ahead and bring those questions in if you have any. Jade and Dark Knight, do you have any questions that you might want to ask?
No, I'm just really kind of looking into reading more about the different lore of the Banu and the Xi'an, because I find it really interesting, their relationship with humans and how they kind of all came to understand each other, which is really which is unique, especially since we're talking about their ships and how their technology gets traded pretty much between all of the different groups. So I'm kind of looking into that a little bit more, and yeah, that's kind of paying attention. What's the Banu Suli? That's the Suli. Is the
Banu Suli, those are the family or the unit
family,
or the
right?
guild, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
I
kind of
thought I
like
recognized
like a family, but yeah.
Okay. Didn't they did they have like a different like religion or something I read about?
Yeah, they do have religion. I think they have two major religions. It's on the wiki on one of the pages.
There it is.
One of them is like I want to say sun religion, politics, religion. Patron of luck, and great traveler.
There it is.
Great traveler. So yeah, two religions for the Banu.
The humans follow the traveler religion as well. Another thing about the Banu that a lot of people may not know is that they also do business with the Vandal. So they're literally our only like contact with the Vandal way back when they built the Ark, which everybody knows the Ark star map. But there's a place in the Tyac system which is like this big history archive of all the species and that we know of that are Starflight capable and Star Citizen. They all came together, the Xi'an, the Tavaran, the humans, and we invited the Vandal, I think, through the Banu, but they didn't want to come. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that a long time ago when the Ark Star map first came out. So yeah, the lore deep and very interesting. Aquanaut, thank you for the subscription. Love you guys. Always had great conversation. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it.
97.9. Will there be a Banu currency? That would be kind of interesting to have different currencies and have trade values. I don't know, dude. What they
asked and answered. That they probably do, but we may not see it in game as far as like what we would use, but they may have one that they use among themselves. I think was sort of like the official answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that you have to go to the bank to get the UEC converted and everything like that. So that's probably.
But we don't get to see the conversion rates, and I don't know if I'm getting.
Not now, but I'm pretty sure in the future they probably will.
It'd be cool to have that way. I know that I'm not getting taken advantage of by some bad neutron. Something on this merchant man.
So the next question we have is from Soul Citizen. Will you be able to buy a Banu ship in UE space? Probably the Defender. I don't know about the Merchantman.
Why not though?
I think for the Merchantman, you probably have to have Banu reputation in order to buy. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you would need like a reputation for the Defender as well, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a low entry point for the Defender, but not for the Merchantman.
So if do you have to have a specific kind of reputation in order to get the Merchantman in the game itself anyway? So like
I'm saying that's my guess. That's my guess.
Now that's pretty cool. So it would actually be one of those things that's locked behind a reputation
wall. That
would be really cool if they would do that. That gives people that have a Merchantman now a little bit of ahead of the game there.
Yeah, exactly. and if you have a Merchantman and you fly into Banu space, I'm pretty sure they'll treat you like a rock star or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
I was
that. Ooh, look what you got.
Yeah, exactly. but that's my guess. That's my, this is not confirmed by anything the CIG has said, but I'm thinking it'll be locked behind a reputation wall.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so next question we have is from Black Sky Legion. For each of the panel, what one ship, aspect, playtech are they most looking forward to? And if there was any one career path that has never been mentioned yet for SC that they would want added to the game, what would it be? Maybe like a xenobiologist or exogeologist. So name a aspect of player attack that they're looking forward to, and what career path that's not mentioned yet that you want them to put in the game. So this is from Black Sky Legion. I'll put it in Twitch chat so people can see what the question is. That's the question. DK, I'm gonna put you on the spot first.
I think a lot of people, if you guys have watched the show, you probably know that I like the Starliner, and my aspect of play is actually running my own airline or space line or whatever you want to call it in game, and flying people around and treating them good and giving them good liquor and sending them to wherever they need to go. As far as any career that has never been mentioned yet, I don't know if I can think of one that has not been mentioned yet. I'm sure there's some out there, but I do like the idea of that exobiologist or geologist or something like that, because that goes into the exploration field and science. And if when and if that comes online at some point in time in the future, TM soon, it will be a unique type of field to go into, and I'd be interested to see what kind of play style around or play arises around that kind of thing. That would put science decks on a Endeavor to use for something like that. Really go out and search. We're going to have the outposts that are going to be derelict outposts. Maybe you'll find some really cool things down there regarding history of the planet, and and different types of soil samples and stuff like that for when it comes to geology and things like that. That's a whole exploration gameplay that's opened up. So I think that those are two good choices to start off with. Who knows where we can go from there? Yeah, very cool.
Jade, how about you?
Yeah, first I'll just agree right away with what DK and Black Sky Legion are saying. Another career they could add would be xenoarchaeologists, because there are several, quite a few species that have gone extinct that were intelligent species. So archaeology could be a thing.
That's
they could add under science as well.
Yeah.
But for me, and I'm going to take a total departure here, and I'm also going to channel a little bit of Buster the Destroyer. I want festival promoter, nightclub operator. And
cool.
we can all talk about the meme of the Cutlass Purple, but this is a social game, and we have clubs. If we could have some type of ship that could fold out a stage,
that'd be cool.
That would be amazing, right? Yeah. So I think, work hard, fight hard, but then play hard, right? And
you're thinking of some anime stuff, because I put stuff in that in Macross and other anime shows. So
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in this community that would absolutely love something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a celebrity ship like 1979 says, because we have the 890 jump, and that's kind of how I feel that is. But I'm talking about something for the average person, the person that did their cargo runs. Now they want to go and just spend some money a little bit, something like that. I know Griff talked about Star Wars Galaxy and how entertainer was like a career in that, and I think that there would definitely be people in this community that would love something like that.
And you know, on Soul Talk, I like to do my little monologue. So you never you don't want to encourage me to do my singing.
I'll encourage you to rap, but like you gotta surpass me because I got 5 million UEC for rapping on a space
Oh,
station.
that's true. That's true.
That's right.
So it's on.
For me, a space career, probably space pimp. No, I'm kidding. Maybe a
you got a Phoenix, right? Didn't you get a Phoenix?
No, it's in my backpack, but I do have a 600. So yeah, maybe a space railroad to free the Banu slaves. How about that? Someone to free the Banu slave, or maybe like a terraformer. CID probably could put out a terraforming ship or some kind of module, and people can find a planet that's not claimed, try to terraform it. You never know.
When they announced the Pioneer, you're muted now. Okay, cool. Never mind. No, I thought you were. No. But when they announced the Pioneer, Silas Kroner, the CEO of Consolidated Outland, when he was building up to it, he said, "Hey, calm down. We haven't, cracked terraforming yet." So that kind of left open the possibility that down the road there could be like a consolidated Outland terraformer. So hopefully, maybe after release, something like that will be out.
Yeah, maybe maybe it'll be like one of those Endeavor modules that we haven't heard about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a massive effort. What are you going to say?
A couple careers that popped up in chat. Food truck.
Yeah, that's always ever since that April Fool's Day joke a few years ago.
That would be cool. You take a Spartan and you just cut out the interior, the passenger area, and put up some, a small kitchen in there, and cut a hole in the side and sell some food to people along the way as you're going down the road to sell some, haul some stuff down to a little outpost or something.
And if they would mean like a ship as a food truck, I think the MSR would be perfect because that
MSR,
yeah, you could turn into kitchen and like dining room.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or if the MSR is too big, the freelancer, which was the skin that they use.
Yeah. Oh, the freelancer would be a perfect food truck because it's like a truck.
Exactly. Or a cutlass too. Cutlass black because
I'm not eating food from
the thing on the side. A Drake ship.
I ain't eating food from that place.
Sometimes you need something really cheap and something fast.
They got the C on their window.
You better have a tetanus shot if you're getting food from that.
Ain't going in there. No, that's cool. Party ship. Somebody said to take a caterpillar and install a party module. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember somebody created a bunch of somebody created art from the community of a bunch of different modules for the caterpillar that don't really exist, but like in their dreams, and that was one of them was like a nightclub module.
That would be so cool. Pirates and a nightclub module.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
If you watch The Expanse,
That's true. So we have one more question. If people want to continue asking questions, please feel free. So it's from Big Black Gaming. Oh wait, nope. I'm skipping one. Griffin Gaming. Sorry, Griffin Gaming RPG. Which of the three manufacturers do you think will put out a new ship? All of them.
No, because I don't think Banu's going to come out with any other thing anytime
Banu,
soon. Do
they only have two ships.
Yeah,
they only have two ships.
So they're crossed off the list.
No, I think all of them will probably put out a new ship. I don't know which one's going to be first. Argo had plenty of ships. They could always put out more utility vehicles. Aopoa had like 5 ships, but they could always put out another alien brand, or maybe like a bigger version, maybe Aegis class or something slightly smaller than Aegis. In Banu, they only had 2 ships, and you had the big ass merchantman and the medium size Defender. So you can put like a light fighter or anything in between the Defender and the merchantman. So
yeah, because that is a single crew fighter of some sort from the Banu. That would be pretty cool because they don't have anything like that. Even though you can fly the Defender with a single person, still having one single cruise ship.
I'm going to go with Consolidated Outland because they only have the Nomad, the Pioneer, and then the Mustang, right?
But I think the question is between Aopoa, Argo, and Banu. And Griffin clarified, he mean, which one do you think will be next? So I'm thinking, between Aopoa and Argo, probably Argo. But I want Banu.
I'm going to go with
I want Banu.
Banu would be cool. Banu 600i. That's a nice one, go on. No,
so what do you think, Jade? Between the three?
I'm with you. I want Banu, but my head says Aopoa. Yeah.
Oh, really?
What do you think will come from Aopoa?
A mining ship.
Mining ship?
Is that the ship that people are kept talking about? This one person? No, that's a refining.
I wouldn't know. I don't look at leaks or anything like that.
It wasn't from leaks. I think it was. We were even talking about it. Some kind of small refining ship that everybody's been looking for. I think the Raft was the one that was going to end up being a. I think it was. I don't know. We had talked about it in. It was probably right before the last CitizenCon because
was it a result of the vote? I think they had a bunch of ships.
Was it the Vulture?
No. But like I remember there were a bunch of concepts for ships, and they've made all of them except for one. And I'm wondering if that was the one.
Okay.
All right. So we have two more questions. This one is from Big Black Gaming. I wonder about stealing a Banu or Xi'an ship flown by other races. Will we see alien interiors and control not configured for humans? I think so. Like, it'll probably be a salvage ship or not a salvage, like a wreck.
That's a question I want to sow, though. But what if we shoot one or at least disable one in some kind of a fight that hasn't been converted? And able to sneak inside of it, would it have the same controls? I get what you're saying. That's a good question too, because I would like to know the answer to that. I'd like to see.
I don't know, but I don't think they're going to have the same controls because, like in the case of the Banu, they're much taller. The Vandal are kind of just they're weird. But you know what I think would be cool is if you could steal like a Vandal scythe from a Vandal and then get your friends that have Argo SRV to tow it to someplace like Custom Crows to retrofit it for like human, so that you'd have to do some work in order to actually fly that ship. I think that would be really cool.
Like the human suit with the Cylon you guys know what I'm talking about for those who have watched Battlestar Galactica. If you haven't watched it, I'm not giving anything away.
Okay.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
It would be interesting for a Drake owner to come across a unconverted ship for human users. Say, is that what a bathroom supposed to look like?
Wouldn't that be a Xi'an ship, right? Because they're the turtle ones, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, goodness. Cyclone Raider. That's with you, Piper Doc. Thank you.
Thank you. The last question is from Simpasta. Do you think there will be an Origin capital ship? Ooh.
There already is.
There is. 390. Oh, but a bigger one? Somebody's going to want a bigger super yacht. Everybody's going to compete with the next person. The Origin, so the Origin 995 or 990. We'll go with that one. The Origin 990 is coming. And that thing's going to be about the size of a javelin. And it's going to have the poshest interior ever. 2 swimming pools.
We'll make that the last question. Like the coffee game, thank you for that. Appreciate it. But no more questions after this one. So thank you. So what part of 317 are you looking forward to the most? Anyone want to take that one first? I'm looking forward to seeing the whole end game.
Yeah, Jade, you can't say nothing.
I was gonna say, like, I would take this question, but if I say my answer, then I'm breaking my NDA. So
yes, because you're Ivakani. So
I plead the fifth. Yep.
Now I'm looking forward. I'm kind of looking forward to the selling of things, so I can get rid of some of the items I've got stored up. It's basically ship components, but there's so many little things that they're doing in this patch that are kind of adding up to a lot of things being added to this patch. So, I mean, and it's a long list. It's just little things from the button just to call the ATC to some of that new water mechanics that are going in, at least, you know, for that one river for the time being, to changes in the way that you're injured, that it's random. You know, if you jump off the top of your ship onto the ground, you might break your leg, you might snap your neck. You know, there's different things that can happen. There's so many little tiny things. The separation of inventory, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that works. It's just getting closer to the vision of the game itself. It is changing to what it was going to be, and this is where those steps are that start to turn people off from time to time, because there's things that they didn't want, like the food and drink. Yeah, it's going to increase. Now you're going to have to eat and drink more, and then when you wake up and log back in, guess what? If you were thirsty when you left, you're going to be thirsty now. You know, so you don't get that luxury anymore. There's so much little things you're going to have to think about, you know, but they're giving us larger inventory or ships so that we can carry components and more
another
stuff.
buddy asked me to remind DK, you wanted one thing, just one thing.
Oh.
But you said it.
There's just a lot of things.
I'm going to change my answer, and I'm going to say the thing that everyone is looking forward to, the coffee vendor.
Yes.
Anyway.
I want to get my soy mocha when I go to, you know, Microtech at the coffee shop, or if I go to Orison, you know, soy mocha latte or mocha latte. Thank you. I'm good.
I'm pretty sure CIG could arrange a Starbucks crossover sponsorship, because I mean they had Intel, they had AMD. Why not Starbucks, right?
The Starbucks in Elroy's. Actually, I'd prefer if they did like Seattle's. There's so much better.
There you go.
Coffee than
Yeah,
Starbucks.
so much better than Starbucks. Ugh,
Yeah.
Goodness. Hey, speaking of coffee, fix my coffee machine in my 315.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Come
ones in the
on.
Lorville Habs too.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on.
We have to have that fixed before we get full persistence, because
Seriously.
Robert's going to have to walk out with a coffee cup full of coffee and leave it in the forest somewhere and then, you know, come back.
Why did I start this stuff? I don't know. I'll blame myself for this one. Jay, do you want to take the next topic, please? Women's History Month, Jay.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, it's Women's History Month. It's coming to an end. So for those of you who don't know, March is Women's History Month. And we're going to do a salute to the women of Diverse, which was a Star Citizen live stream, which ran from 2016 to 2017. It was hosted by Miss Hearts, Witch Kitty, Sophie Girl, Meerkat, Faaste, Lady Nighthawk, Rouge Smash, Gambelina, and their live stream highlighted Star Citizen backers, content creators, and even staff from CIG, such as Brian Chambers and Tyler Whitkin. More importantly, they gave a voice to women gamers who also enjoy and support the development of Star Citizen and Squadron 42, reminding us of the diversity of gamers in our community. So I know that I came in to this like whole Star Citizen project right at the end of this. So I only caught a few of these, but it was just amazing. I felt welcomed from seeing this.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I was also a part of Diverse, because that was back when they were back on the base radio. So I was a moderator and I helped out with stuff. It was a great show. I'm sorry that it only lasted a year, but it was great while it lasted. So shout out to Diverse.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Diverse. And, you know, Miss Hearts is still around. You know, she's one of the mods on the Star Citizen Ladies Discord. And yeah, you know, people are still doing things. It's just, they're not all on one show. So, yeah.
All right, so next up we have our Boss Citizen coming up in 1 week, April 2nd, 4 p.m. There you go, 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's 8 p.m. UTC. Someone hopefully Kusanagi will put the link in Twitch chat for me. But you must register in advance for the meeting. Last I heard, we had only around 20, but maybe that's gone up a little bit by then. I'm going to promote this on social media for the coming week so we can get more people and more people will know about it. But yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, April 2nd. So hope to see you there. Should be fun. Hopefully, not gonna make this a real like a real commitment thing, but we may have some CIG people there. So hopefully you can check it out and have fun. Should be fun.
Don't harass them over their April Fool's joke, because you know they do one every year, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure people will mention it, but hopefully no one will go overboard.
Yeah.
So I'll find the link in a moment. But DK, you want to talk about the merchandise?
Go to our About page on Twitch. Go there right now and scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's a link to check out our merch. I think Kusanagi's gonna. You can put a link in chat too. And we've got all sorts of stuff: hats, we got beanies, t-shirts, hoodies, rain breakers, mugs, all the stuff that you need to support us. And we would love it if you would go and check it out. And it is at our Streamlabs, and I believe it's at the bottom also of our About page. So go check it out. Lots of cool stuff there. Get some t-shirts.
Yeah, and everything you buy supports us. We appreciate it. And Doc,
really
thank you for supporting us again with that subscription to Amo Kusanagi. Thank you.
Citizen Var, yeah, the shirt, mouse pad are nice. Awesome. Glad you enjoy, man.
Okay, so up next we have a new show coming up also on Saturday. It'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. On UTC. It'll be a new show called Soul Voices. So there's the promo up on screen. It'll be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/soulcitizens. So check us out on that, and make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube in order to get the alert when it starts.
And FC, I also forgot about the Soul Talk show on Thursday. I forgot to mention that as well.
My bad. Yeah, we'll come back to that after I plug on Soul Voices. But yeah, Soul Voices, it'll be it's almost like Soul Talk, but different. It's more one-on-one. Talk about different topics that's going on in the community during the week. So like we'll take something from maybe Reddit or something on Twitter or something on Spectrum, and we'll talk about that. So it should be an interesting conversation. Spectrum, Reddit, and the industry. Thank you. So yeah. Okay, yeah, DK, you want to take
Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking at our sheet, and I realized I went over Soul Talk on Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can come and hang out and chat with us online, and we usually watch the ISC, and we watch some machinima, and we have talks and theory crafting and all sorts of fun. And we enjoy having all of our guests come, and it's a fun night to just hang out on a late Thursday evening and just talk Star Citizen stuff.
Yeah, come and join us. You know, all of you that have never joined us, you know, you can come and talk with us.
Yeah, it's okay. We won't bite.
And
last part is just tell bad jokes.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I'll only make you cringe a little bit, just a little bit. And next Sunday we have our 100th episode. Yay, 100! And they said it wouldn't last. So next week we talk about prepare for Pyro, 8 p.m. April the 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC on Twitch, which is where we are right now. So that should be an interesting show, and especially for 100 episode. That's a lot of episodes. So it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
What does it say there? A giveaway? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I missed that. Thank you.
Whoa. Okay.
They're giving away a whole sea. So yes.
Whoa.
You definitely want to check it out for a chance to win a whole sea.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate it.
And if you take it to Pyro, make sure you have an escort.
That's right.
And LTI, just in case.
Yeah.
A whole scene.
Yeah. Whole hype, darkness, darkness Muda.
I think that's it for today's show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank my co-hosts, Dark Knight and Jade. Jade, do you have any news for us?
Yeah, the one and only legend, Fast Cart, will be appearing on the People's Radio, which we are back after a move. We are back and better than ever, and he will be presenting another Flights of Rhythm this Friday at the same time, 2100 UTC. So convert that to your local time zone. And
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, exactly.
And also on Saturday, Jade.
Oh, yeah, on Saturday. It's on Saturday. I'm sorry.
DK's house sessions.
That's right. I was trying to remember. It's because you know why I forgot because it aired. It aired starting this Saturday, but starting this past Saturday and this past Sunday. DK's house sessions. It's all the best house music from pre-Messer Earth. That's presented by Dark Knight 75.
That's right.
You can hear the show that aired this weekend. It airs throughout the month, so every weekend, this is a monthly show, so every weekend you can tune in. And he is from Chicago, the birthplace of house, so he knows his stuff.
That's right. Yeah, I've had some people out searching all over the Sol system right now because it's the birthplace, and so we found some archives down in these countries. There used to be called Australia. I found there's some countries out there called Spain that's got great music. There's archives. There's just all over the place. So I bring you some good content.
Yeah, we call him our music archaeologist.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So thank you for that, and thanks for joining us. Before I give our tagline away, we're going to be rating Almost Over. We rated him last week. He gave me a new nickname. Thank you for that, Almost Over. I appreciate that. Anyway, so send him my love, and with that, thank you for joining us. Peace, love, and soul. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Take care.